this video, we are going to be taking a look at the best versions of every item in Build a Boat for Treasure. These versions are the best out of all of the similar items just like it, and we're also going to be rating them on a scale of 1 to 10 and seeing if it's actually worth it. So make sure to stay tuned, be sure to like the video and subscribe. We're not going to waste any more time, let's hop straight into it. And also, by the way, some of these items you can actually get for free in this video, so stay tuned for that as well. Let's get straight into it. So starting off with the best jetpack in Build a Boat for Treasure. This is just one of many categories of blocks inside of the game, and this is actually one of the most useful blocks. But there's so many jetpacks that we have that, you know, some of them are not as good. For example, the normal red jetpack, we're going to get rid of that one. We're going to get rid of the Easter jetpack. We're going to get rid of the star jetpack. We're left with the steampunk jetpack and the wings, and I think I'm gonna have to go with the wings. The wings are definitely the best jetpack inside of the game for sure. Out of all those items right there, the wings have infinite height. They are very, very easy to control, and it never runs out of fuel. Definitely the best item out of all those categories. So that's just one category. Let's get into the next one. And by the way, this next item of categories is about to return back to Build a Boat very, very soon. It is very likely that these blocks could return, and that is the candy blocks. Now, the candy blocks right here are one of the most useful blocks in my opinion inside of the game. They allow you to do different features, like the blue candy makes you shrink, the red candy makes you big, and the pink candy makes you run fast and jump high, and the purple and yellow, well, the purple just makes you jump high and the yellow just makes you run fast, or it might be the other way around. But there's actually just one candy that is the best out of all of them in my opinion, and that would have to be the pink candy, just because it's probably the most useful item in my opinion inside of the game. If I had to choose like 3 items that I would need to keep, if I had to get rid of all my blocks, I would keep probably the pink candy, I would probably keep the wings, and also the purple jet. Those would be my 3 go-to items, and I think the pink candy is just all around the best because not only does it combine the purple and yellow candy, but it's just one single candy, so you don't have to eat both of them. You can just have one. And yes, guys, it is very likely that these could return. Last year we did get a Halloween update, so if you don't have the pink candy or any of the other candies, stay tuned, because in just about a month we could have a Halloween update that might have some of these items. But we've already covered the wings, we've already covered the candy. Now let's get into the wheel items. In Build a Boat, there's many wheel items to choose from. We have the OG basic wheel to the upgraded version a little bit. We have the candy cane wheel, we have the cookie wheel, we have the old big wheel, and then we have the monster truck wheels. And I mean, there's only one wheel that can pretty much take the cake out of all of them. Not only is it the most strong, but also is probably the most convenient to use, is probably the best to use. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This right here is the monster truck wheels, and these are by far, in my opinion, the best wheels in Build a Boat. I mean, these things are just giants. They have 40 strength each. All right, each tire is 40 strength, so this will take so much damage, and these also go extremely fast throughout the stage. If you actually can make yourself, like, you know, an actual working a car, unlike I did, all right, if you actually make yourself like a good, like a balanced working car, these would work even better. But I'm just holding W and just rolling through the stages right now. I have still not lost a tire. Okay, there's one finally, but you guys can see these things are just so fun. It is definitely the best wheel inside of the game for sure. We're up to just one wheel now. Oh my gosh, well, we actually went pretty far by just ramming ourselves through the stages. That honestly wasn't that bad. So let's go ahead and claim our results here. We got 108 gold. All right, let's do this. So now we're going on to the next block category, or the item category. So right here you guys can see we have 7 mounted PvP items inside of the game. We got the hand cannon, we got the flint knock pistols, we got the crossbow, or just like, you know, the normal bow, we got the sword, we got the wizard staff, we got the pirate swords, and then we also have the candy cane swords from the Christmas update. Now, which item out of all of these is actually the best? And well, technically I'm probably gonna have to give 2 answers, just because one of the answers actually involves a lot more skill than the others in my opinion. I think if you had the best aim ever, I would say these like flint knocks right here would be the best, because these will actually one-tap any player and it'll instantly defeat them. And I mean, it doesn't have like that long of a reload time. I think it just has just a perfect amount of time. But as I mentioned, if you actually eliminate a player with this, it'll take them out instantly. All these others might take a few seconds to actually eliminate with them. But if I had to say the second best, I'd probably say the mounted hand cannon, just because not does it just do a decent amount of damage, but it also launches you back and can be used for a movement item as well. So I would say it's probably a tie in between these two right here. Although the swords do a lot of damage, no one can run up to you with the sword if you have one of these in your hand. All right, moving on to the next category. And next up, we have the boat motors. So right here, we have the basic normal boat motor that you get when you literally just play the game. You start with this item right here. So obviously, this one's not going to be the best. And then we have the winter boat motor, which honestly, I think is probably about the same speed, except this one's just a winter version. But the one that takes the cake on all of them is the dual boat motor right here. It has two propellers, and I'm going to show you guys the difference between the normal one versus the dual one. Let's check this out. All right, so you guys can see right here. All right, so let's just try it with the, well, I guess I can't really show you it. So if we actually go with the dual motor right here, you guys can see I'm going through pretty quickly. I mean, this is definitely way faster than the starter version. Like, it feels like we're going twice the speed. And you guys can see this is the normal one right here, and you can totally tell the difference. Yeah, that is a very, very big difference. The dual boat motor is definitely way faster, but the only downside is that I don't really ever see myself using like boat motors. If anything, I'm using like thrusters, jet turbines, which don't worry, we're gonna get into here in just a second. Which next up is the winter jet turbine. Or not the winter jet turbine, but the turbines in general. The winter jet turbine was introduced inside one of the Christmas updates. It's a little bit faster than the red jet turbine, but it's not the fastest. The red jet turbine obviously isn't the fastest either. I think this one's pretty straightforward, self-explanatory. I don't want to waste too much time on it. The purple jet is definitely the best. It has like twice the speed. It is really, really good. It is for Robux inside the shop, but you can almost like, you know, make the same exact speed with two red jets. If you guys have not seen that trick before, it's pretty good. But the purple jet turbine, one of my most favorite items inside of the game, and actually is one of the most expensive items as well. Next up, we have the thrusters and build-a-boats. Now, there's only one thruster here that's actually the best out of all of them. They all look really, really awesome. I also am missing one, which is the winter thruster, which I unfortunately never got. But we're gonna go ahead and test these real fast. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and well, bam, just like that. You guys can see, yeah, the normal ultra thruster is definitely the best one out of all of them. This thruster right here, and by the way, you can get this thruster for free by going inside of the stage and doing the secret in there. I have a video on it I posted actually a couple days ago going over that location. And next up, we have the next category, which is harpoons. Now, this is honestly one of the toughest ones. I'm gonna have to definitely eliminate the basic one, but these three right here, they all have like their own unique features. Like this one's a dual candy cane harpoon. Like this one's a dual harpoon. That one's super cool. The gold one is also super cool because it's strong and also doesn't have a timer. But I think what will top either both of these, I think, is the dragon harpoon for sure. And the only reason why is because the dragon harpoon doesn't have a timer at all, but it also can track you. Like it can track enemies. You can make some really cool builds with this. So yeah, you can literally track players with this. So if I were to jump all the way up here and shoot this right there, well, bam, it attaches. So it tracks down people. This also might take a return inside of the Halloween update this year. Not too sure yet. And the next category here is the actual mounted weapons here. Now, the minigun is actually in position in between all of these, but it's technically not a mounted item because you can't climb inside of it. So I'm gonna have to leave this out, but don't get me wrong, the minigun is still one of the best PvP items inside of the game. In fact, I think it's probably the best PvP item. But out of all four of these right here, which exactly is the best? Well, the egg launcher doesn't do any damage. We're gonna have to get rid of that. The laser launcher, I would say, is alright. I'm gonna keep that. The big cannon here, I don't think it does enough damage. We're in between the snowball launcher and the laser launcher, and I would probably just say the snowball launcher wins. Now, I know the snowball launcher has less ammo, but the snowball launcher actually can deal damage close to range, and I think it's just a little bit better than the laser launcher. Although the laser launcher does look cool, the snowball launcher still has a really good distance on it. I think it's a little bit more accurate, and it can do damage up close, unlike the laser launcher. And that leaves me with what is the best actual block inside of the game. You guys may know there's many blocks here that are all throughout our inventories, but which one is actually the best out of all of them? And that would have to be the golden block. Reason being, it's the strongest, and I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what you want when it comes to these blocks here. But that is the best block out of every category inside of Build-A-Boat for Treasure. Let me know down below what your favorite block is inside of the game. Also, guys, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my second channel, which is linked down below in inside the description. I'm starting to post some Roblox Rivals videos on there, so if you guys want to check that out, links down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all inside of the next one. Peace out and goodbye.